My name is Bee Berx and I work at Marine Scotland Science, where I am the Climate Change Science Lead.
That sounds very interesting. Have you been in the post for long?
No, I just started in August, and it's a kind of response post to the climate change emergency that was declared, and trying to coordinate the research we do within Marine Scotland Science, as well as making it more visible to both the government and other organisations.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the climate emergency?
So the Scottish Government declared the First Minister declared a climate emergency in spring this year, and it is basically a culmination of a lot of greenhouse gas emissions causing climate change, and the rate of change is increasing very rapidly, and so we should be worried and try to mitigate for that.
I know in the talk today that you gave, you actually showed some nice graphics about the rate of change and how it's changed with temperatures throughout human history. Can you tell us a bit about what you presented today?
So I showed a graph of temperatures since the last glacial maximum, and since then temperatures have changed very slowly, but actually since the Industrial Revolution we have very rapidly been changing the mean temperature of the Earth by basically putting more CO2 and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere by burning fossil fuels and other activities like deforestation.
Okay, what does this mean for our oceans, for example? Obviously, we're the marine community here at MASTS.
Yeah, so the oceans are actually absorbing a lot of the heat from the atmosphere, but they're also losing oxygen, so we've got deoxygenation going on, and also they're absorbing a lot of the CO2, which means that they are getting more acidic.
What are the implications of more acidity, and what kind of research is going on in Scotland that is under kind of the ScotGov umbrella that's looking into this?
Okay, so we do a lot of monitoring within Marine Scotland, and that monitoring is both the temperature and salinity of the ocean, so looking at the ocean conditions and the ocean circulation, but we're also starting to measure ocean acidification at some of our coastal monitoring sites, and even though that monitoring has only been going on since 2009, we are hoping to expand that monitoring program and really sustain the monitoring program as well. I think it's very important to acknowledge that we can't really study the variability until we also understand the natural variability in the climate system, and so we need very long time series to just make that distinction between natural variability and human-induced change.
I think that's a fantastic point about understanding what we have and then going from there with the responses that we want to understand as well. Finally, talk to me a little bit about the targets that you spoke about today. What is the Scottish Government setting the target for itself over the next couple of years?
Okay, so the Scottish Government has just accepted an amendment to the Climate Change Bill, which means that we are now legally bound to have net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2045. So that is quite soon. That is just over 25 years away, and actually will require us to make big changes to how we as a society and individuals do our business, including the marine community.
Well, it sounds really great, the marine community and the work they're doing, and also what the Scottish Government is laying out ahead of us. So thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.